Welcome to episode 9 of FTB Infinity Evolved Expert Mode, and following on from the last episode, I wanted to get a few tools started. Let's start with the golden bag of holding. I did actually want to make that soulbound, which we can make. Oh, preview. We're going to be doing water wheels this episode. Golden bag of holding. Og holding. There we go. And we needed magical wood to make that, which needs 4 enchanted books and 8 gold and a couple of bookshelves. So let's just get the bookshelves. Do I have enough of those? I did make a Thorncraft area around here. Let's just get these back, actually. I should need 1 bookshelf, I think. If I put one in... Yeah, all I need is level 1. That's fine. Where are we? Yes, so bookshelves. Let's make a few of those. Well, 2 to be precise. There we go. What else do we need? 4 enchanted books, and we're going to need. 8 enchanted books, and we're going to need gold. Do I have any spare gold? I should have enough to cook up. That's Electrum, by the way. That's going to be coming later in the episode, so I just like cooking up. We have 3 ingots left of that. Let's put more gold in, and let's just get this Electrum out while getting on. So, yes, I do have planned water wheels for this episode, for the kind of build section of it. I'm going to show you the new building. I'm partially the way through. I'm going to be building a wheel race into it for the water wheel, so that's going to be pretty good. What's it again? Oh yeah, we always will do the enchanted books. So I'm going to need 8 of them, and I think I put some books over here as well. Yes, I've got 8. And we're just going to use the basic enchant here. These won't stack, which is really annoying, but we don't really care about what enchant there is on them as well. There is a way to get more magical wood. See, that was a 2, doesn't matter. There is a way to get more magical wood by using enchanting these to higher amounts, but because I'm not sure of the amounts and I only need a couple, I'm not going to worry about it too much. There we go. And that gold should have cooked up by now. It has. Let's get some of that. And I think we're ready, really. That should be it. Let's get some of that Electrum. We're going to need that later. Oops, forgot it. Forgot that happens. There we go. Okay, so let's craft this. We got 2 in each of the corners. Unfortunately, you've got to make this up a little bit manually because these don't stack. But it doesn't take very long. 1. And 2. And if we put that either side, I may have to empty out the golden bag first. Let's just empty it out just in case. You may not, but may as well. And now it's got reincarnating on it. So if I die, I continue to have all of these tools that I don't want to lose, which is pretty amazing. What do you think? Do you have a better way of doing it? Obviously, we can do it with ender pouches as well, but we just don't have the tools to do that yet. Ender pouches have to be linked to ender chests, and ender chests, well... Yes, that isn't going to be happening anytime soon. So, golden bag of holding it is, at least for now. Is it night time? Yes, it is. Let's sleep through. So that's the first tool I wanted to get. Another one that I'm probably going to find handy with IC2 is this electric wrench or electric spanner or whatever it's called. Electric... Oh, okay. That's the wrench I actually want. So we've already got one of these. I just need the small power unit. And that's going to need a few things. Some of these I probably already have. And I need to make coils and stuff like that. Okay, let's just put a number of copper through the extruder. And then we've got that going while I make the rest of the stuff. That's not the extruder. That's the extruder. So, moving on to the water wheel section, while some of this stuff cooks down. Do I have more of you? Yeah, I do. This is going to be key, the coke oven. We're going to make water wheels by taking planks, putting them in the circle like this, and then ladling creosote in. I don't really have the piping systems up yet, so buckets will do. And for each bucket that you get, you'll get 8 treated wood planks. Oops, 8 treated wood planks out of it. And then they get combined to make treated wood sticks. In fact, no, it's just those two things, treated wood sticks or treated wood planks. And the two of those can be combined into making water wheel segments, of which you need 8. So you're probably going to need a good stack of this per a good stack of wood per water wheel. So if I make those up, the segments are something like this. And 8 per water wheel, and we're going to need 3 water wheels. I think I've already made a couple up. Yes, that I'll come to in a second. I need one more. Can I make this back into treated wood? Oh, of course I can't. Wood. I just need one more, I think. Let's grab you. Put you in a circle. Make a chest. Go back for more. Fine. Hey, I've got an extra chest. It's useful. Leave me alone. Don't click here. Grab some more creosote. Drop them in place. And we've got ourselves some more treated wood. And then that should be enough to make one more segment. The segments in turn, I think we need iron for the center. And we just need to make up 2 iron blocks. If I actually got enough iron. And we need to extrude these. Now, you normally would extrude just iron itself, but in this case, we need to extrude the iron blocks. That's going to make a pretty solid iron bar for the center. We need more coal coke. Let's put that on. And the reason why I'm doing water wheels in this today is that this side of things all runs on RF, as you can see at the top. But the machines behind the scenes from Railcraft, they just use up fuel like crazy. So the idea is to use a water wheel to generate RF instead, which is somewhat passive. I don't need to actually worry about it too much then. I can just have that processing the rock crusher in the background, and I can have some of these machines and not worry about them too much. So that is why I'm going water wheels. Are you finished yet? Probably are. Yeah. So the iron shaft, and then you surround those with water wheel segments and you get 2 more water wheels. The other piece I've already made just to shorten the episode a little bit. It's called a kinetic dynamo. I will show you how to make it. It's not terribly hard these days because of what we've done before. All the stuff of this we've seen before, apart from these two. The medium voltage capacitor, which is just treated planks, lead, electrum, iron. If you don't know where electrum is, it's just gold and silver in it. It's smeltery. Electrum wire coil, which is just electrum wire coils around a treated stick. And again, one of the reasons why I've been cooking up electrum. It's quite useful. So we're going to take all of this over and let's go and look at the wheel race itself. Everything that we're going to put together. It is over here. So I want this lake to kind of act as a kind of in-game kind of lore kind of thing where the water's going to come from. Obviously, Minecraft doesn't have finite water, so we can't really do that completely accurately. But then I built a wheel race here, and I could actually just extend... Oh no, I couldn't extend that. It's going to drop down once. It's going to start dropping down again, and then drop down there into where the actual wheel is. At the moment, that block, or behind that block, is a blockage to the water, so we're not going to get any problems until that opens. And I think I'm going to look at something else to be able to have a shut-off valve there shortly. So as you can see, I've dug out this wheel race. It's fairly big. the water wheel segments, the water wheels, sorry, are fairly big themselves. You're going to need 3 space in each direction. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3 diagonal as well, because that's how big these things are. If I just drop down in here for a second, we're going to put the kinetic dynamo in here, and it's going to face outwards. We want that to circle, well, the square, I suppose, but circle to face outwards like this. And then we can attach other things. That's my phone going off. We can attach other things to this. In this case, the water wheel. The wind, or the windmill also uses this as well. But for now, water wheel. And you can see how big this is. So let's just drop this in place, and you'll see what I mean. Okay, so it's 7 by 7 in total. The water is going to drop down here, and it's going to drop not over the top. Well, you can get it to do that as well. You can have an over the top wheel, if I remember rightly. Or can you? I can't remember if it will go that way. Well, it should do. But the idea is you want as much moving water in contact with the edges of the wheel as possible, and that'll help drive it around. So put another one. You can make 2 in a row, and we're actually going to make 3. I just can't stand in there while I'm making the 3rd one. Here we go. And the idea is I'm probably going to clear a room so I'm able to see the water, or at least I'm able to see the water wheel turning. It's going to drop down here and onto the top there, and then the whole thing's going to start turning. And let's just demonstrate that, because why not? This is probably going to drown me, but I don't care. So I'm going to do this without getting water everywhere. There we go. That should be mostly right. Oh, it's going sideways. Okay, let's just... I'm going to get washed down though with this, but that's fine. I just want to... There we go. That needs a block update of some kind. But that first one has dropped down, and it's going the right way. And it's beginning to turn with me still on it. Let's just... There we go, and the water is going to come out the bottom. So we just need 2 more water blocks going over the top. Can that go anywhere else now? I don't think it can. So let's just replace this for a second and then get them back. There we go, water coming down over the top. And that should start spinning, and that is the maximum size water wheel. You can only make 3 wide, so don't try and make much more there. And it's going to begin turning. Now, in theory, as far as I know, it's going to produce about 100 RF per tick. So the idea is probably that I'm going to have to extend the wheel race, go down from here, and then have maybe this, if I put a line here just to remind me in future, have this where the water goes down and hits another wheel. You can extend that out as many times as you want, but I probably only want 1 or 2 at the most. Then around the other side, we're going to need to pull RF out of this block. And that's something we're going to have to do with the other parts of, I need to fill that in, the other parts of immersive engineering, which is of course what this water wheel comes from. There are water wheels in RF, in IC2, but to be honest, they need to be in a river or ocean biome, I think, and I wasn't terribly impressed with that. I just want to put one wherever I want to, so this should do. Let me go and look for some connectors. Now, you may wonder why I'm out in the desert, and the reason is twofold. One is I just don't have enough clay, and the next step needs clay. Lots of clay. And my rock crusher it is not doing the job too well just yet. So yeah, I'm going to have to just collect lots of sand because I'm going to need to use the clayconia. And the clayconia just needs sand to turn them into clay. And that's, well, that's 3 or 4 stacks. Hey, excavator, well worth making one of these. The other reason I'm out here is just for the magical side of the episode, and that is Thorncraft, whereas the wand. Because I can't make the goggles yet, because we have to go through other mods, as we discovered last episode, in somewhat of a circle. Out here, I'm looking for the nodes I found earlier, just to show you these, and you have to run around with the thermometer until you find them. And they are, well, at least the desert is a good place to find them. Anywhere flat really is a good place to find them, just because they just stand out quite a bit more. I think they're off over there. Let's go and have a look. Not yet. I do collect a few of those as well. You are going to need them for blaze powder. Cinder pearls, I think they're called. I'm not sure there was a node over here somewhere. There definitely is, because I've collected stuff from over here. There's one. Ow. Ow. Yeah. So do look for these all over the world. This is a pale one, and take your wand with you so that you can right click to pull stuff out of it. Remember, you can only see it when you've got this up, so look at the numbers. Make sure you don't deplete this to 0. I've filled up this wand with press shift. You'll see 25, 25, 25, 25. The last 2 I haven't found yet, the Auto and the Peditio. So I need to keep looking. There's another one over there, but it's not one of that either. So yeah, just bear in mind, you need to keep looking for those while you're doing it. Now I'm going to go and use the clayconia to turn this into clay, and then you're going to see why I want clay. And the hang glider is so great for this. Usually I end up landing in quicksand, but yeah, I'll see you back at the base. And if you're wondering why I needed all that clay, if we're looking at immersive engineering, the first connector that I want is the low voltage wire connector, I think. Yeah, well, we can do a higher tier. Oh, I can do medium. It's copper versus iron. I've got plenty of iron. It doesn't matter to me either way. I can put the medium in. But we need hardened clay. And hardened clay is regular clay smelted. And there's pretty much no other way to get it. So, a full stack of clay balls. I will only turn into 16 of this. So that's going to cause a few issues. So I may as well cook up more. And yeah, it's making the right thing. Okay, we're also going to need some wire to connect this, and we're going to need something to store the RF. I wonder if the leadstone energy cell is going to be a decent recipe. Frame is glass, lead, and block. Surrounded by copper and redstone. Yeah, that's actually a decent, okay recipe for a change. Okay, so let's get a redstone block. And some lead and some iron. What else was it? Glass. Do I have any glass? I should have somewhere. Yeah, I've got some IC2 stuff in here, just for use later. So we should be able to make that up now, I think. Yep, there's the frame. And now we need copper. More redstone for the coil, conductance coil. And one more copper should do it, I think. Great. We're probably going to need our crescent hammer. Oh, not that. Crescent hammer. And a hardened clay, along with some more iron. Well, I've got some iron, so let's... how many connectors am I going to need? Don't know, so I will just make a bunch. Well, I'm only going to get 7 out of this. or 6 because I don't have the clay, the iron. How about I do get... I get 8 connectors out of each one. Okay, so maybe I didn't need that much clay. Anyway, I've got some connectors now. We're also going to need the wire that goes between them, if I can remember what it's called. I think it's the same wire we were using earlier. But there's multiple tiers. I've got Electrum out, so I may as well use Electrum. Well, I don't know how much of this it uses up, so... well, we'll give it a go. I've got plenty of gold and silver, so that shouldn't be much of an issue. Let's go and see if this will hook up now. Head out to our place, put some of this away. I've covered up the race now. It's an underground race. That could be a joke, but I'm not going to go there. Yeah, it's pretty much spinning now, and let's go and see if we can connect things up. So I'm going to want to connect on the back of this, and I'm going to want to connect to here. Then another one. Okay, so I'm probably going to have to dig this out a little bit. Where's my pick? Okay, so another one here. And these have a maximum range between them. I think this should be enough. Let's try and connect this and make sure that it will actually work. Where's my coil? There it is. So right click on one, linking from U to U. That works. Right click on U to U. That also works. And finally, I'm just going to dig this out. There we go. Let's put this down here for now. Doesn't really matter for the moment. And okay, I'm going to want the connector again, aren't I? So let's connect you 1 to 1. That looks like it's charging already. It is. And that's charging pretty fast. Yeah. So if this is 100 per tick, RF per tick, I don't have the tool to be able to tell me how much exactly it is, but it's fine because it's charging, so I'm not too concerned with that. So that is pretty successful, I think, to start with. And it's the bottom that is, so if I configure this, that's the bottom. So the top I want for output as well. And then I can just pull stuff off this in a line, and I can have just, you know, some decorative glass here to see this. If you don't like the noise of moving water, and I don't, there are other items that can dampen that in the future. But I think that's pretty successful. We've got now a passive form of RF. So I do need to move those other machines across. I won't bother with doing that on camera. I'll do it between the episodes. I should neaten this up a bit. And then we've got our new base ready for some machinery, really. This side, however, still has all the EU stuff, so I may move that across, may not do. It'll be a bit of a pain with all my chests here for now. So next in the episode, I did want to cover briefly some Thorncraft stuff. I have briefly shown you the crafting interface, the enchanting interface for to make our golden bag of holding, but that wasn't the only thing I wanted to get done with Thorncraft. Now I've shown you the puzzle for the start of Thorncraft. I moved the research table from over here to here, and let's just put some of this other stuff away. And you'll be able to see, if I just open this up, that I've researched a number of areas. Good points to start the research with, by the way, is into research expertise and research mastery. Also into node tapping and the master node tapping. Do bear in mind that if you use the normal iron one to start with, and most people do, you will deplete nodes. You can cause them to be damaged just by taking all of the V out of them, the essential out of them. So do be careful. Once you get past this, and once you get through to Preserver, you can then not damage them apart from the iron wand, in which case it will still damage them. So you do probably want that at some point. Moving on to the other parts, though, I've done some of the other research. Upgrading the one, probably next will be the gold 1 caps, but I need some auto and I can't find a node with that just yet, so that'll have to wait. And similarly for the great wood, I need Petitio and I don't have anything for that yet either, so I can't upgrade the wand. Yes, but I did do thaumium, and that has been used to create the excavator. It has a thaumium rod. Hang on, it's remember right, it's a paper plate, an obsidian binding, and a bronze head, and it has self-repair. I also then created another hammer. This one is going to be my main hammer pretty much from now onwards. This one again has a thaumium rod. That gives it an extra modifier as well as durability. Paper plates, cobalt head, and double moss, and then the rest is haste, and so it's best. The rest is double moss, lapis, and redstone, and that's at mining speed of 14, which is pretty good already. I don't need it to go any faster. I did put an extra diamond and gold modifier on there, and yeah, that's pretty useful now. It's got enough durability not to get broken too fast like my bronze one does, and it's yeah, it's a pretty good tool. You will maybe want one other one, and that's for nether ores. You can make that into a pick if you wanted to. You'll need the silky gem for that one, just to put silk touch, which doesn't annoy the pigmen, if I remember rightly, and doesn't cause explosions as well. So yeah, just bear that one in mind. What else do I want to do with Thorncraft? Yeah, we could demonstrate a couple of those things. I headed over to here because in order to get into Witchery, we need to make this block, which means I need to make a Crucible and also some living rock, annoyingly. And that was for the Witch's Oven to get started, I think. Let's just double check that Witch's Oven recipe. There you are. Yeah, so arcane stone block, fire crystal cluster. That's hard to say. Yeah, so there we are. So let's just show you the Crucible first of all. We need some iron. And unfortunately, the recipe has changed. You're going to need to roll the iron. And by the way, last episode I did say I used the forge hammer. Bear in mind that although the forge hammer is faster, it's also much less efficient. It takes up 2 iron to make 1 plate. The metal former only takes 1. So we get 7 plates out of 7 iron. It's slower, but we're going to have upgrades later. So yeah, I'm at the point where I don't want to go away. I don't want to waste iron, I think, or waste any other materials. So we're going to get some iron bars out of the iron. Do I have any iron bars? I'm going to need that. Yes, I have one. Good. We're going to get iron plates out of that in a second. What else do I have? I still have some cobalt left over. I don't have any more thaumium though. And I'm running out of fuel all over the place. So let's wait till that's cooked up. While I'm at it, I'm going to make some stone as well, because we need that. Hammer comes in useful with these. Yeah, that should be enough actually. I shouldn't need much more. And I'm going to need... let's make some of these, and I need to cook up some stone, I think. I may be out of smooth stone. So let's just get some out of here and cook that up. Unless I've got some in the other furnaces, I don't. Get these iron plates and we can craft the cauldron with it first, which we then pop down anywhere. And right click with a wand and we get the Crucible, which is what we need. I'm going to need a furnace, which is compressed cobblestone. Let me just put my Nevdul away for my Nevduls away for a second. And let's get some compressed cobblestone going. I'm going to need 2 more. Unless I have some compressed cobblestone already. Doesn't look like I do. Never mind. There we go. And if that's still the recipe, yes it is. So we have a furnace going. Witch's oven, so the alchemical furnace, this is the work table recipe. We just need some of these arcane stone blocks, which is some of this. Let's put these away in here. And it was... What's the recipe? Oh, it's any shard. Oh, it's not even in that. Got to make it in the work table. So it doesn't matter which shard, I'll just use the ones I have. The water shards, I've got a lot of them. And first use of this. So we can shift click our wand into the top right. It's going to use up some of the aspects we've got on it. But that shouldn't be much of a trouble now. In fact, no, I don't want that one first. I want the this recipe first. And you. So that is depleted the one, but not all that much because these are quite simple to make. And then I need a fire crystal cluster. I don't have a choice of which shards I use there, so I think it's just 6 of these. And I think you just make them. I'm not even sure if it's a work table recipe. I think you use a regular crafting table, something like that. Yeah, there we go. And 2 mana steel. Fine. We're nearly done. 1, 2. Need to pop outside for this, just like normal. We're going to make more of this mana steel. It seems to be used quite a bit, so I normally just use it for armor in Botania, but in this case, more. So can we shift click that in? No. Oh, because I don't have everything yet. I need to craft the other thing. Crucible, you, and you, and is it the fire? No. What's the recipe for you? Oh, just another arcane stone block. Fine. 5 and 5. Okay. And finally, that's not a work table recipe, but I can still use it as a work table, I think. But we should just shift click this in. And finally, a witch's oven. Okay. So this is the start of Witchery. We're going to need to use this. I'm not too concerned where I put it now. I am going to need to put it over some fire, though. Yeah, do I have flint and steel? Where's my... I really should have flint and steel. It's perhaps in the tools section somewhere. I can always make more. It's only 1 steel, so no biggie if I can't spot it in time. 1. Where's the flint gone? There you are. And I want to do nether rack. And I could put it in here, actually, to be honest. Somewhere. Running out of space. I'll put it here for now. So if I just knock a hole in the floor and put some netherrack down, we can light that. Put a witch's oven over the top. And then we got the witch's oven. Now we do need to get some more clay. So good job I got all this sand. Because we need to make... Hopefully that's not going to set fire to other things. I'm sure we'll soon find out if it does. I need to make some more clay because the first use of the witch's oven, you just burn up saplings and that makes wood ash, which is fine. We've already got plenty of wood ash though, and there are alternate ways of making it. But as a side product, let's just show you that in a second. We can get other stuff out of the witch's oven. And one of the first things we need to head to is something called Mutandus. To get that, we need to throw some stuff into the witch's cauldron, which is fine. I don't need to worry about that just yet, but exhale of the horned one is coming from this oak to wood ash, if you like burning. But in order to get it, we need to get clay jars, and clay jars we have to craft from clay and then cook them up. So that should work fine. I should be able to put some saplings. I should have a whole stack of them somewhere. Yeah, plenty of them. Let's get a few of them and put them in the witch's oven with saplings, and do I have any coal coke? I'll just use blocks because that's more efficient, and I'm burning a lot of stuff. There we go. And we should get plenty of clay jars going. So that's pretty much the end of this episode. I think we will get started into Witchery as well as we can in kind of the first part of the next episode. I'll see what I'm doing about the build for the RF as part of the later part of the next episode. This is largely a process I'm going to do off camera until I get enough stuff that we can show you the rest. I hope you've liked this episode. We've got quite a lot done. We've got a passive form of RF over there now. I just need to move the machines over. I did plan on doing some more IC2, but I think I'll leave that till next episode. Some of this stuff is going to be made into a, that improved tool. I'm sure to probably start that at the start of the episode, and some other machines. So yeah, I hope you will join me then. Feel free to like, subscribe, and share as normal, but more importantly, leave me comments. Let me know what you think, what you'd like to see, and I'll see you next episode. Thanks for watching.